What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family without further ado. Let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Hi everyone, my name is Ava and I'm an American living in the Netherlands, and today I wanted to show you some things that stood out to me as an American when I first moved here, and also just some differences, everyday differences between the US and the Netherlands. It is a gorgeous 30 degrees here today, although you couldn't really tell by the clouds. Like, look at that. They need to park because I was looking forward to some sun today. I guarantee you those people there are upset that there is no sun right now.
Okay, let's start this video off with some really convenient things that stood out to me right when you get out of Central Station in Amsterdam.
And one of the things that's so convenient is Dunkin' Donuts. Just kidding. You gotta walk past the Dunkin'
Ah, those things.
to
No, you see what I pointed to?
here. And this. This is really convenient.
That's right, if you're coming to visit Amsterdam, you don't have to bring your luggage with you. You can simply leave it at the lockers at the station.
Yes.
Another convenient thing can be found right outside of Amsterdam Station, the bicycle parking. Amsterdam has these cool underwater bicycle parking garages. And if you don't have a bike, no problem.
Yeah.
You can use your public transport card to rent a bike here. I think that's pretty cool.
Cool. So
Now listen, this is a PSA to our Dutch supporters. I know we fuss a lot about the cars and the bikes, but when we come, we're gonna be riding a bike the entire time.
I'm down for that.
I'm gonna have what it's called, the bike fit with the kids. Yes,
Close
I'm
enough,
ready for
close
it.
enough. Oh yeah, I'm ready for that too. That's gonna be.
It's an experience.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be fun.
Single in Amsterdam. I wanted to take a moment to thank you all for watching. I just ran into one of you, a viewer, and well, it's just I run into you basically on a daily basis, and I love meeting you and hearing from you. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank you because it just feels so surreal even now. I've been making these vlogs for a couple of years now, and it just feels so wonderful to meet you all and just know that people watch my videos and like them. So that's really sweet, and I wanted to, in the beginning of the video, take a moment to thank you for it.
Something that stood out to me even before I lived in the Netherlands and I was just visiting here is that if there was a dry, warm, sunny day, 2 out of those 3 is enough. People would drop everything that they're doing to be outside. I didn't understand this at first because didn't people have to work? I'll come back to this point later on in the video. Okay, another thing that stands out to me as an American is how narrow these streets are. Can you believe that like actual full-size vans pass through here and then along with bikes?
It's gotta be a one-way then.
Walking?
For real.
I don't understand how they do it. It's a true skill. These streets, as narrow as they are, even have cars parked to the side. And of course, bicycles. And as pedestrians, we have to make do with really narrow sidewalks. Oh well, you're better off biking in the Netherlands.
Now the other thing I find interesting actually is that these beautiful buildings are a mix of residential buildings and just office buildings. Oh my god, by the way, do you notice how every single place basically has an outdoor seating area? Like,
no doubt.
In the US it gets so hot that this is not something that you see this often. Just look, every single place has a terrasje.
They love being outside.
Yeah, I mean, that I do agree, because our last location that we were staying at, we had like a little strip where you have pizza, sushi, all type of cultural dishes, and you would not see no chairs outside of nothing. You have to dine in or take it to go.
Right.
I think that's a huge difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you have like the chain stores that have it, like not even a store, but like Starbucks, they have a patio.
Starbucks. I was gonna not mention Starbucks.
The pizza places a lot of time have
not that many seats.
Patios. Yeah.
The last one I seen was like a little
depends.
stone table with two seating spots, and that's it.
Yeah, but it's not like every store. But unless they're in like a tourist area.
Okay, yeah, it's complimentary then. Yeah, 100%.
They want your service.
Yep.
To complain about when it comes to Dutch weather, one thing that I actually don't mind is how relatively mild the summers here are compared to the summers I'm used to in the US. I think that one of the reasons outdoor seating was often limited in the US is because no one wanted to sit outside in the scorching summer heat. I think I sat outside at cafes or restaurants way more ever since I moved to the Netherlands, even though it definitely
I don't think you
rains
see
way
this
more
often.
here.
Oh my god,
I
I just am walking through the center of Amsterdam, and sorry, I bet the voice quality is really crappy because of this big truck. But this proves that I'm in the center of Amsterdam and I have just stumbled onto my biggest dream.
Check out this book market. So one of the things that stood out to me, and this is really just my impression, is that Dutch people really like to read on the whole, and there are so many cute little bookshops in Dutch towns and cities.
See, we'll find a lot of friends out there in the Netherlands.
Yeah, so why y'all waited to tell us this, huh?
I didn't know y'all was a big book culture like that. Okay.
They was trying to force us to get rid of our cars, but y'all didn't tell us about the book. All you had to say was books, and I was sold.
Okay. Well, you see, now I would be driving and you would be reading, so I don't see that happening on the bike. So you would have to wait till you get off the bike to read a book.
Because you know they have those bikes where you could
pedal, and then you'll be in the back.
Be reading.
Okay, yeah. So you put all the work on me. Okay.
Instance, in the center of Amsterdam, there is a British, Dutch, and American bookshop, all basically right next to each other, and I love it.
Wow, so in New York, people often say when they're in Manhattan, oh my god, there's a Starbucks on every block. Well, in Amsterdam, you have a bookshop on every block.
Oh, I love it.
A note to the current Dutch government, please don't raise the taxes on books. By the way, just to give you all some context, it's a Friday today, it is almost lunchtime, and I usually work 5 days. I work 5 days, and many people in the Netherlands work 4, and at least where I work, the day they like to take off is a Friday, and that happens to be today. The weather was nice, so I thought I'm gonna take off as well, and I do this kind of very often, and if I'm gonna take a day off, it's typically a Friday just because my colleagues are off too, because they work 4 days.
Now, before I moved to the Netherlands, if I took time off, it was to go on holiday, a proper vacation. But here in the Netherlands, I've noticed that it's also really common for people to just take a random day off here and there to do some everyday things. And I've started doing that too.
So that's why I'm here, and I'm enjoying this beautiful day, and I'm gonna now walk for a little bit, just enjoy the gorgeous canal views. By the way, I always stop to take pictures of these like gorgeous old buildings, and people definitely think I'm a tourist because I'm still amazed by the architecture. Well, I don't know if that'll ever go away, and I kind of don't want it to. So let's go for a walk now and get a coffee, because I've only had 1 coffee today, and I need at least 2 to function.
See, the thing about living around buildings, like when you find that really good angle on a building on a curve or somewhere, like you just gotta take that picture. I'm sorry, even if it's in my own city, like if I find a nice spot, bro, I'm kicking my feet up or doing what I gotta do, and I'm gonna snap that.
Yeah, he like architecture though.
Oh yeah, 100%. So if I see any graffiti and thing like that on the wall, good buildings, statues, fixtures, oh yeah, I'm gonna capitalize.
I love it.
No shortage of gorgeous buildings on my walk. Both me and the loads of tourists Amsterdam gets around this time of year are very much enjoying the view. Whenever I say the Dutch cities are so pretty, there are always a few people who say, not all places are like Amsterdam or Utrecht, Ava. And okay, well, not all places are like that. I will say that very many are.
Okay, so on this walk, as I'm walking towards a coffee place, where is my coffee? I realized that something that I've come to expect after moving to the Netherlands is that I expect cities to be green. So again, this is the center of Amsterdam. The narrow streets that I've been filming, if you notice, then there are trees on those streets. So basically very many streets, even if it's a broad, big street, will have trees, and I think the cities in the Netherlands do a really good job of that. And
what I love about that comment is that I'm a summer baby, so that means that I've really been outside a lot during the summertime. And growing up, we always looked for shade.
Yeah.
And on a block, you probably wouldn't even see much shade. You would probably have to go in someone's yard to catch that tree. So I think this is dope to see, you know what I'm saying? The greenery.
I love when cities do the nature well. Like they don't chop down every single thing. I love that it's woven into the architecture and the urban planning.
Even to the point where they adding to it. You know what I'm saying? More greenery.
Yes. I've missed the times like when we were younger. We would walk down the streets and we would have a lot of fruit trees. We don't have that, well, in our neck of the woods in the United States. I don't know about everybody.
That. I definitely grew up like that. Yeah. Had a banana tree. A neighbor would probably bring their pears over just so we could taste it, because lemons, little small oranges. What was them little things called? It was real tiny.
Saquat? Something like that.
I think it was
something quat.
That one. Whoa, that's the one though.
Yeah, something like that.
Them sweet, but they were sweet, and the neighbors would pick them and bring them over, and that's just like it was a time. It was a time.
Go to other cities now. I notice when there are trees and it's 28 degrees Celsius and it feels really hot, whereas supposedly it's 28 degrees Celsius here now, and I'm okay. I'm really not hot. I'm someone who like starts to boil after 24 degrees Celsius typically, but when I'm out in the green, you just don't feel it. So that's pretty nice.
So I've already mentioned how much I love the city parks in the Netherlands, but you don't necessarily have to go to a city park to have some greenery. And what I've also realized is how much of a soothing effect being surrounded by so much water can have on me.
There's the Heineken Brewery.
I've never been. Is it worth it?
Oh Lord, some people watching. So,
Okay, so I was just
so before we get into it, that's the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are just people watching.
Yeah.
It's nothing too crazy.
Nah, because when we make eye contact, I do that first look away to make sure I'm not tripping. I look back and you just
still watching. That's part of the
It's
process of
different.
people watching. They want to see how you act by being watched.
I people watch, but I don't stare.
Okay.
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 Especially when there's an interaction going on,
Facts.
like a romantic gesture.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes
parenting
people are
or
just like
friends.
Yeah, sometimes people are just like put themselves in that position to be like, what if?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't have, so they kind of give themselves that experience by watching others.
Yeah, well, the writer and me, I'm creating scenarios on what they're talking about, what they're doing, why her body movements are like that, his body language, all of these different things. That's why I people watch. I don't people watch just to people watch.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's nah.
This coffee place, which was very nice, and I got some food, and I thought of two things that I wanted to share with you. One is that I use the bathroom, and in the US you either have air dryers or paper towels, and like doesn't matter where you go, it's the same. Here in the Netherlands, if you go to like bigger places, you will indeed see that, but when you go to smaller places, you will see a hand towel in the bathroom, and
a reusable?
Oh no,
kind of really gross. And I don't know if
people actually dry their hands on that towel and then get out?
the same towel.
A reusable towel.
Well, she gave us a tip.
Do the Netherlands have like people in the bathroom that helps like with the people that come in to keep the towels in rotation maybe?
Right. Well, I mean, you know that it gave us a tip. Always keep our wipes on us. We already do anyway. But
Right.
yeah,
Or a towel.
I'm not using the
and
same
don't
towel.
use it as a face towel. Just use it as a hand towel. Okay.
people use it. I think they do, but I don't. So, and this card. And the second thing that I noticed was that here in the Netherlands, you can't expect your food to arrive really quickly. Not because they can't prepare it quickly, but sort of because it's ongezellig. I should probably go walk on like the sidewalk. Narrow streets.
I thought it was a sidewalk.
And we're back on the sidewalk. So, as I was saying, you kind of don't get your food right away. So I was at a cafe by myself, and the food, you know, they just took their time with it so that I didn't feel rushed. So it wasn't like, oh, now I was done eating and now I had to leave. So it took me some time to get used to that because I would arrive extremely hungry. Now I don't, and things are better.
And I'm now in the center of the...
Hold on, so question, see, what would you rather prefer? A waiter to continuously check in on you before you get your order? And, you know what I'm saying? Or would you wait for somebody to give you an extended time to say, are you ready to order now?
I think because I'm an American and I'm used to it,
the program.
I would rather get the menu, order my appetizers, you know, my entree, everything I want, and have that time afterwards.
Yeah.
Because when I'm going to a restaurant, I want to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know? So, but because she shared that, now we know that they may give us time before.
Yeah, to just kind of relax and enjoy the actual setup because that's how they probably operate. Right.
Yeah.
Have a conversation.
They're the ones who, I forgot what it's called. It's actually called something like the coffee break, or what's that, like sweetness?
I think you're right. It's a coffee break where people actually take their time on the actual break and drink coffee for some time.
Yeah, I think that may be like a Scandinavian thing. I don't know.
I'm just talking about though.
Yeah, just an adjustment.
A little later in the day, and you can tell that I'm in the center of Utrecht because of the church bells. It's really beautiful. Even after years of being familiar with the city, I'm not used to it. I'm meeting up with a friend, and in typical Ava fashion, I'm either too late or too early. I'm too early today.
And while I wait for my friend, let us talk about one final thing, and that is being on time. If you agree to meet up with someone at 5, then you better be there at 5. In the US, I knew plenty of people who thought 5:10 or 5:15 would be acceptable if you said 5, but that is not the case here. And if you throw a party, be prepared that a few people will show up earlier even, not just on time. Anyway, that was all.
Alright, y'all, we're gonna stop it right there, man. That's funny, like, cause you could be getting clothes, putting in the, the dry and whatnot, and people walking in, cause you kind of just running a little behind on your schedule, and you trying to beat the time, so
Yeah. See, I used to be on time. 15 minutes is on time for me, right? Because I want to sit down, relax. But ever since I became a mom and a wife, baby, listen, I'm gonna let you know I may be a couple minutes late.
that's only so
I try
many,
my best though.
No, that's fine, but I believe there's only so many events that you will be on time or overtime for, like the movies. I want my seats, and I want to see all the new previews. I want to be able to get comfortable. But like, it's just certain things I will be on time for, and then there's some things I might just be a little late.
Right,
That's
and
normal.
y'all, if we have to be somewhere at 6, we start getting ready at 12. Honestly,
Oh Lord.
because baby, the kids they know we getting ready for something.
Yeah.
Our daughter will put on a shirt and then she'll go sit down and watch her tablet. Baby, you gotta put on the rest of your clothes. Okay, that's the type of things we deal with when we getting ready as a family.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoy this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.